What is popping, everybody? Bailey Strasser here, and welcome to another episode of Wisco Sports Weekly, where we talk about the Packers' victory against the Arizona Cardinals. The Packers now go to 1-1. The Arizona Cardinals dropped to 2-5 after the Cardinals had it great, and they've lost so many heartbreaking games. 3 of those were game-winning field goals. Last week was honestly a thriller as well, and this week was a thriller. So I'm not going to say that the Cardinals are a bad team. They just have bad luck. But again, a lot of it really does have to do with coaching in its aspects. And I think even if the Packers, I look at this game, and I somehow have no idea how we even won this game. I don't even know how. It's just, and we keep winning in the most unbelievable ways ever to think about. It's just crazy to think about it. So anyways, great game on both sides of the ball. Even though I would say our defense is not really been up to the standards, because truthfully, when you have a great pass rush and it's hard to play on the road too. When you don't have that, it's going to be difficult. So truthfully, I think we really need to maybe do something about our secondary, because truthfully, they're not throwing it towards McKinney, obviously because of how great of a season he had last year. Evan Williams has been asked to do way too much. Our corners are playing position, like, for example, Nate Hobbs. Why is he not on the... I get we have Bullard but no, Bullard can't tech. I think Nate Hobbs has to move to the inside. Maybe put someone else on the outside. I think they need to go after and trade someone. I was thinking maybe Dontavian Wicks for a cornerback, but that's like a 5th round guy that can really do some starting. I think you swap those guys, because if you got Jalen Reed and Christian Watson coming back, I feel like Wicks' time is, and obviously Heath's better at special teams. I think these things are going to be sold short. But my MVP of the game goes to the guy that every single person on social media that was saying, wasted trade, the guy does nothing, what are we doing, overpiped, overplayed. No. Micah Parsons came into this game and basically won it for us. It's insane to me. I think he had overall... almost the amount of pressures he had in this game were just insane. 5 tackles for total. 4 of those were tackles for loss. 5 quarterback hits. I think he had 10 pressures or something like that, and 3 sacks. Micah Parsons is simply an animal. I have not seen someone do the damage that he does, and that's crazy. I would say the play of the game, really came when the Cardinals had the ball, and they converted that unbelievable 3rd down or something, unbelievable, or a pass interference or something that was an absolute BS call, and then Rashawn Gary sacks him and gets the strip sack, and that's what got us back into this game. Truthfully, what won us the game was Murr from Impractical Jokers deciding to run it on 4th down and short on their own side of the field, being up by 3 points. And everybody knew they were going to go with that quarterback sneak. The Packers were not stupid enough to even think about that play at all, man. And they got through, and Jordan Love came through despite not having... I would say he wasn't as efficient today. However, he did once again come through when it mattered. A touchdown, leading drive to take the lead. That's what matters. Jordan Love's numbers for the day: 19 of 29, 179 yards, and a touchdown. He was only sacked once by Zaven Collins. That really was forced by his own lineman. And 4 carries for 22 yards. Starting to run a little bit more, which I'm glad to kind of see. Josh Jacobs, guy wasn't even supposed to play today, comes into this game, and despite getting limited in numbers, 13 carries, 55 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and a catch for 3, Josh Jacobs really showed how good he is despite. He reminds me of somebody. You ever heard of William Contreras, Brewer fans? He is the William Contreras of the Packers. He wants to play every single game. He does not care. That is what he does. He's a baller. And even Manuel Wilson with a couple runs. Romeo Doubs led the way, 6 catches for 72 yards. Tucker Kraft, 5 catches for 58 and the touchdown in the air. I love Tucker Kraft. Matthew Golden, 4 for 37. I wanted to see him get the ball more, and not much from pretty much everybody else. On the defensive side, Quay Walker led the way with 9 tackles. Evan Williams, Bullard, and McKinney had 8. McDuffie had 7. And then, it's just... And Edger and Cooper also had some good... And Keyshawn Nixon and Xavier McKinney and Evan Williams all had a pass defended. Micah Parsons was the MVP of the night. 3 sacks on his end. Quay Walker had a sack and a half. Kingsley Enagbari had the other half. And Rashawn Gary also got a sack. Jacoby Brissett, I believe, was sacked 6 times today. Insane. Special teams, yes, the penalties on special teams just kill me. I cannot stand seeing the holding calls, the penalties the penalties just killed us. And the thing is, the defense didn't really do much. They only punted 1 time today. And the special teams, despite McManus being injured, we got a guy in there, a kicker that literally was supposed to be a substitute teacher, come in there and give a 100% night. 3 of 3 from extra points, 2 of 2 from field goals, included a 61-yard field goal to end the half. That is the longest field goal in Green Bay Packers history. Beyond unbelievable by that, to a guy to come in. That's what football is all about. Stuff like that. It's crazy. Arizona's stats were Jacoby Brissett. I think he's better than Kyler Murray. I think he's a great quarterback. I think he really came through. 25 of 36, 279 yards, 2 touchdowns in the air, 6 carries for 26 yards. Their running game, 14 carries for 57 for Bam Knight. I think that's Zonovan Knight, but I think he switched his name to Bam. 3 catches for 7. Michael Carter 7 for 11 and 2 catches for 25. And then Trey McBride led the way. 10 catches for 72 yards and 2 touchdowns. My God, he is a great tight end. I would die to have a tight end that's hard-nosed like him. He is so good. Zay Jones, 2 catches for 67. Marvin Harrison, 2 for 58. Michael Wilson, 3 for 40. Not much for everybody else. Buka Bader and Akeem Davis-Gaither had a total of 8 tackles, and Zaven Collins with the only sack. Their field goal kicker, Chad Ryland, went 3 of 3 from the field goal stripes that day. And, that's that. Again, the fact we won this game is insane. I am happy we won this game. But again, a lot to be determined. I think we're really just looking forward to playing Aaron Rodgers next week. This was like a trap game because, you're not thinking Arizona's that good. I think Arizona's a little better than what they anticipate to be. But truthfully, we only won this game because their coach is an idiot. So what do you expect? Despite me thinking that Matt LaFleur has made terrible play calls and special teams has made terrible decisions, and our defense has lacking a quarterback because Micah Parsons literally can't do everything. But again, there is a lot that really has to be determined with this team. I think that, it's coming together. I think they need to trade for a corner. They have to really do it. They have no choice. Nate Hobbs cannot be playing outside. They rely on the safeties. I think they got to really find somebody else. I know Carrington Valentine has really struggled this year so far, but you got to rely. I know it's tough. Maybe, who knows? Maybe Jair Alexander's going to get cut from the Ravens because of how bad they're doing, and then voila, he's back on the Packers again. I don't even know. But truthfully, you got to think of something, Packers, because there's a move that needs to really propel you to the next step. Next week, Sunday Night Football, the Packers are in Detroit. The Packers are in Pittsburgh. We are facing Aaron Rodgers for the first time since he left Green Bay. It's a road game. It's going to be hard. But it's going to be a game that, oh boy, is going to be one of the most anticipated games that I think all Packer fans around us have been waiting for. I am excited, and I hopefully think that you should be too, because I am ready. I am ready. It's going to be something. It is going to be something. NFL around the world, the Bears won again, going to 4-2, but obviously Packers being 4-4-1 have the tiebreaker, and the Vikings lost to the Eagles today. Lions still face the Buccaneers tomorrow, so obviously we will have yet to determine anything, but the Packers are still first place despite me really being despite me still thinking that there is a lot of work to be done. So, on the contrary, if you like what you see, subscribe below, comment with your thoughts, and as always, and last but not least, that fourth down, yeah, that was just straight awesome. The one they converted to get them the win, you know. Anyways, that's all I'm gonna say. Go Pack, go, baby. We will see you next time.